As the holidays start, we're seeing all kinds of various price points as we roll into this Q4 of crazy smartphone madness. How's it going, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and this is the Pantech Flex, a pretty nice smartphone from Pantech, at least when it comes to specs. It's packing a nice dual-core Snapdragon S4 CPU, a 1,830 mAh battery, 4G LTE connectivity on AT&T, and better yet, it's available for under $50. This thing is rolling out on September 16th for $49.99, so it should be a pretty hot seller on AT&T for all kinds of people as they're rolling into new smartphones as a result of being eligible for an upgrade. Is this a cool device? Is it worth it for you? Is it worth it for family? We'll find out in the unboxing. But first, special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us phones like this for use in PhoneDog's one-pawed bandit game, which can be found on the site at instantwin.phonedog.com. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll help you set up your email, your web, your contacts, your settings, all that stuff on this device, so when you walk out the door, your mom, your dad walks out the door, you're good to go. Let's take a look. Pantech Flex. Is this device all it's cracked up to be or all it's flexed up to be? I was going to try and make a joke there, but can't really think of anything. We'll find out in the unboxing. If you're flexible in your budget, the Pantech Flex could be a good device for you. I couldn't resist the bad joke, but it's coming to AT&T on September 16th. This is the Pantech Flex. It's going to be available for $49.99 with a 2-year service agreement, and it joins AT&T's recently announced Simplicity Seeker line because they're looking to kind of redefine that weird gray area between high-end feature phones or just feature phones in general and smartphones. You're seeing a lot of change over the past couple of months with the way smartphones roll out on the various carriers. I mean, you're seeing these devices that are $100, the HTC One X, the Droid Razr M, devices like that are awesome devices that I would carry personally with my needs, and they're under $100. So you're seeing these kind of devices around the $50, or I should say free to $49.99 price point that kind of revitalize those people that, you know, are coming up from a feature phone. They're like, I want a smartphone, but I don't want to spend $100 on it. This could be a good device for you. Like I said, it's part of their Simplicity Seeker line, so it offers customers the option to choose between both, you know, the traditional Android experience and Pantech's Easy Experience mode, which we'll show off in just a minute. Quick start guide in the box, product safety and warranty guide. Special thanks to Pantech for sending us over a review unit. And all in all, it's a good-looking device. 8-megapixel camera on this device, front-facing camera on this, 1,830 mAh battery, a 4.3-inch Super AMOLED display with 540 by 960 pixels. Like I said, 1080p HD video recording on the back. You've got Android 4.0 over here as well. So it's spec'd pretty well for a $49.99 device. You've got a power button, micro USB charging port, volume rocker, and then you have your battery door here, which I'm assuming the SIM card slot is underneath. 4G LTE capabilities on this phone as well, so for under $50, you get LTE capabilities on AT&T if you're in a market that supports it. So here it is, and it looks like the SIM card may be down in the box, or maybe we didn't get a SIM card. We may have to put one in, which we can easily do. Out of the gate, you get an AC adapter module, and then you get a USB cable, and then your instruction manuals. That's about it. So not a whole lot in the box. I've got a micro SIM card over here somewhere that I can throw in, and we can get this thing up and ready to go. Micro SIM card slot, micro SD card slot down there as well. Let's see if we can get this backed in here. There we go. Perfect. And then your battery, like I said, 1,830 mAh battery. With a 4.3-inch display, it should be relatively decent for making it through the day, but we'll take a look at that in the full review. So here's the phone, very thin and light, 0.32 inches thick. Seems to be pretty nice. Then, of course, LTE capabilities with Pantech's proprietary software running atop Android 4.0. So let's load this and start it up. AT&T logo on the front, Pantech logo on the front. And like I said, pretty nice design there as well. So let's get the box out of the way so you can take a look at the startup animation on the Pantech Flex. So I see this as being great, again, for a lot of different demographics. One demographic, somebody moving up from feature phones. Another demographic, you know what, you're going into that Christmas or Hanukkah shopping, and you're like, wait a second, I need to buy something for son or daughter or mom or dad. This could be a good device for them. Somebody that may not need a whole lot, but they need, you know, maybe a first-time smartphone, or they need the data for basic things. Let's go ahead and choose a language. We'll select the experience. So let's start with the Pantech Easy Experience so we can take a look and see what that looks like. We'll skip the Wi-Fi stuff, skip the Google stuff. We'll do that in a little bit. And then it's loading up right now. Make yourself at home. Thank you, Pantech. I will make myself at home. Blah, 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 blah. Let's kick it up here and take a look. So you can see Pantech's user interface running atop Android 4.0. So you've got a couple of different shortcuts down here. And then you've got your typical kind of look and feel when it comes to Ice Cream Sandwich. And you can see, obviously, the overlay stuff has the fonts of Ice Cream Sandwich as well. So you've got your menu button down here at the bottom. Then you have recent applications here. And all in all, it seems to be a pretty fast device. Seems to be relatively responsive. You've got a Wi-Fi notification up here. Let's go ahead and turn that off. and see what we can do here. Looks like our service is starting up shortly, hopefully at least. And then, oh, SIM not provisioned. Just kidding. The SIM is not provisioned, so we will not have service during this unboxing. 5 home screens here, as you can see, and then looks like we might be able to switch and get some more home screens if we go into settings and change the experience. So again, this is something Verizon's doing as well with devices like the Samsung Galaxy Stellar. They're trying to move over into this kind of easy, simple mode. They're calling it different things, but you know, this mode where people that are new to smartphones, here's our simple mode actually. Perfect. So you can see what it looks like. Very much more like a feature phone. So somebody that's coming up, perhaps my grandfather, my mom, somebody that's coming up in a smartphone for the first time could use this and be perfectly fine because it resembles very much a feature phone, or at least a lot of Pantech's most recent feature phones with QWERTY keyboards. So messages is here, camera, phone, and let's see what we get out of the gate. Let's go back to settings and let's change this around. But again, very much like a feature phone look and feel here, which I think this is great for a lot of people. A nice, slow, easy migration over from a feature phone kind of operating system look and feel over to Android. So personalized, let's see, a change experience. Let's go back to standard experience and take a look at that, because that's probably what you want to see in the video. Did I not change it over? Let's see, personalize, change experience, Pantech standard experience, yes, and there we go, back over into Android, or at least an Android look and feel. So out of the gate, you get some AT&T stuff, Amazon Kindle, AT&T Code Scanner, AT&T Family Map, Locker, Navigator, Radio, Smart Wi-Fi, Converter, you get device help, looks like document viewer system, Pantech stuff thrown in there as well, Keyring, AT&T Messages, Movies, Google Plus integration, My AT&T Pill Reminder as well. So again, you can see where this device is targeting in terms of a demographic. Social Gallery, Quick Light, Social World, Swift Key for Pantech, which is pre-installed. That's pretty cool. Weather, a bunch of different Pantech custom applications as well. You've got different groups here. You can sort those alphabetically. You can add groups. You can add it by downloads as well. And then, of course, you can move, uninstall, or hide. So let's see what we can do with some of these AT&T applications. Let's see. So we can uninstall stuff. Perfect. So Code Scanner can be uninstalled. Looks like most of the AT&T stuff can be uninstalled. So if you don't want the bloatware on your device, this might be a good option to consider. You got a plus button up here as well. I can add a new group. I can customize the folder. So we'll say test group. Now let's just say test, actually. Let's go back and do test and hit OK. And then we've got our test group. So my folders come up here on the top in kind of a column style format. And I've got my test. I can scroll or add stuff over into the test folder. I wonder if I can directly just transfer it. Let's see what we can do there. Kindle, let's see if I can move it. Looks like I can't. Looks like I can customize it though. And then I can switch the folder type around, so I can make it purple if I want to, or whatever color. And then I can edit the group and should be able to add. Not quite sure how to transfer stuff over. Let me see if I can do like AT&T Radio Info, hide. What if I can just transition it over like that? Oh, perfect. Okay, then I can move it to the desired group just like that. So let's take a look at the browser as well. 4G LTE connectivity over here on this device, and you can see again Pantech's user interface. Look and feel very much Pantech here. You've got some tabs up at the top you can scroll between. So again, very fast. It seems to be a responsive device, despite the fact that it has a $50 price point. You've got Facebook, liking, share, popular, and news, and more down here. So take a look, kind of like the dots, where you can scroll back and forth. You've got your menu button in various places. So you can see some Android look and feel here, but overall, Pantech's user interface is pretty heavily skinning this. And of course, the keyboard's out of the gate. You get Swift Key for Pantech. You get Android keyboard, Google Voice typing as well. I'm a big fan of the stock Android keyboard, Ice Cream Sandwich and up. So Ice Cream Sandwich and Jelly Bean, I think it's a fantastic keyboard. And landscape transitions are pretty fast. Also, no slowdowns there. So the quick brown fox is happy to be here and reviewing phones. Quick and easy to type on there, but again, the interface, very much a Pantech interface there. Let's see what we can do in terms of settings. You got your typical message settings here, delete old messages, all that stuff as well. So again, you can see the influence of Android, but for the most part, this is a very heavily skinned version of Android 4.0. So you've got, again, your dial pad here, your call log, your favorites, and more. I think this is a great option for people that are either new to Android, new to smartphones, or maybe somebody that's moving up for the first time to the phone in general, and they want something basic. Throw it into easy mode, get them set up, and then you can easily transition them over into the Android mode. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com with the Pantech Flex. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage of this entry-level Android device, which actually packs some pretty decent specs. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for more on that. The Snapdragon S4 CPU, nice and fast on this device, and hopefully it'll be a great device for the holiday season at that $50 price point. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/PhoneDog. We're starting up the greatest tech giveaway ever, too. You have the opportunity to win new phones, so be sure to check it out at facebook.com/phonedog. Hit me up on Twitter as well, phonedog_Aaron, and on Facebook at facebook.com/phonedogab. I'd love to hear your thoughts on devices like this and devices like the Galaxy Stellar. Do they have their place in the market? Or are they kind of outdated? Let me know. phonedog_Aaron on Twitter. Thanks for watching. Much more coverage to come on the Pantech Flex on phonedog.com.